Today's story is a serious one, and it is already shaking the whole country because it touches security, politics, public reactions, and the future of peace in affected communities. As you are listening now, remember to like this video and subscribe so that you don't miss any updates like this. Now let us go straight into this breaking development. The headline says, Tinubu launches full-scale raid on bandit hideouts as Gumi raises new objections. This means the government is not just doing small operations anymore. They have stepped into full action. What is happening now is not soft warning, not half attempt, but a strong coordinated security push aimed at removing these dangerous hideouts once and for all. And at the same time, Sheikh Gumi, the well-known cleric who often speaks about dialogue with bandits, is raising fresh concerns. So the whole situation is like a clash of two major approaches. The government going in with complete force and Gumi saying something different again. This is what we are unpacking now. Please like this video and subscribe as we go along because this one is long, detailed, and important. So let us picture it clearly. For months, people in many communities have been crying for action. Villages, farmlands, and road routes have been troubled by bandit attacks, kidnappings, and ambushes. A lot of families have been living with fear, and many have been hoping that the government will bring strong steps, not just talk. Now, this is what the government believes it is doing. Military teams are being positioned across multiple zones, and these raids are happening in various locations known to be hideouts. The operations involve troops on ground and aerial support from the air, meaning this is not small work at all. It is something that requires planning, intelligence, coordination, and readiness. The aim of these raids is simple. Remove the strongholds, destroy the supply lines, break the communication networks, and to weaken the groups so that they cannot regroup easily. The government wants to show that no hideout is safe anymore. And of course, as this action continues, the public is watching closely. Many are supporting the strong move, saying it is long overdue. Others are asking questions about safety, about any civilians near those hideouts, and about the long-term strategy after these raids. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe as you are listening. This story is still developing. Now, while this full-scale raid is ongoing, Sheikh Gumi is stepping forward again with objections. He is saying that using only military force is not the best way. He has always believed in dialogue and peaceful resolution. And now he is repeating it with new energy. According to him, the root problems must be addressed. He says many of these individuals inside the forests took up arms because of anger, poverty, or revenge. He wants that if the government uses only force, the violence can increase. He is basically saying, talk to them, engage them, give them a path out. His statement is causing reactions across the country. Some people believe he has good intentions. They say he is trying to prevent further conflict and protect people living in rural areas from becoming victims of crossfire. Others argue that his approach is too soft, that you cannot simply negotiate with armed groups who have been attacking innocent people. These critics want him to reveal all he knows if he truly wants peace. They believe he should support the raids by giving information, not standing against them. Like this video and subscribe, please. Let's keep going. At the center of all this is the fact that Nigeria is at a turning point regarding insecurity. The government has a responsibility to protect lives, and it appears they believe strong force is needed now. But there is also the challenge of ensuring that innocent civilians do not suffer. Any mistake can bring tension. Any delay can bring frustration. Any success can bring hope. So emotions are high on all sides. As these raids continue, the next thing people are asking is, what is the plan after the raids? Because removing hideouts is one step, but rebuilding trust, securing communities, and preventing the new groups from forming is another long journey. If this is not handled carefully, the cycle can repeat. This is why people are asking for a balanced strategy, one that uses strength but also uses smart, long-term planning. Viewers watching right now, don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more updates. Now let us talk about the deeper meaning behind Gumi's objections. He is not just talking casually. He has been involved in peace talks before. He has gone into forests, spoken with leaders, and tried to convince them to drop their arms. Because of this, he believes he has understanding of how they think. His point is that when you pressure them with only military operations, they may run, scatter, or hide, but they may not change their mindset. They may come back stronger later. But here is the other side. Many Nigerians feel that enough is enough. They feel negotiation has been tried and tried again, and it did not stop attacks. They want firm action, they want justice, and they want secure roads and villages. They believe it is time for the government to show that violence will no longer be tolerated. So this disagreement between the government's approach and Gumi's suggestions is a major part of the conversation right now. Please like this video and subscribe as we continue. This gist is long and I want to cover every angle. Now let us step deeper into what a full-scale raid means. When the government says full scales, it normally means several things. It means intelligence units are gathering information day and night. It means troops are strategically positioned to block escape routes. It means air surveillance is watching movement across forest paths and known hideout regions. It means equipment and logistics are fully supplied so that the operations do not stop halfway. And it means coordination between different agencies, Army, Air Force, police, and intelligence services is happening at high level. For such operations to be successful, timing and secrecy are important. That is why you may not hear every detail publicly. But the public will always see the results eventually. Reduced attacks, safer roads, and better peace in affected areas. If you are still watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Now let us shift to something important. The people who live close to these hideouts. Many of them are farmers, traders, and everyday Nigerians who just want to live peacefully. Over the years, many have left their homes and run to safer places. So if these raids are done properly and safely, it may open the door for them to return home, rebuild their farms, and continue their normal lives. But the concern is always this: how do we make sure civilians are not harmed? That is why this moment is critical. The government must balance force and protection at the same time. And that is also why some people support Gumi's voice, saying that any approach that protects civilians must be considered. Before we go deeper, please like this video and subscribe so you don't miss any updates like this. Now let us focus on the relationship between security operations and long-term stability. Raids can remove immediate threats, but after the raids, there has to be better policing in rural areas, better access to education, better infrastructure so that communities are not isolated, more opportunities for young people so they don't get drawn into crime. These long-term solutions are part of what people hope the government will follow after the raids. Because the truth is this: no matter how strong a raid is, if there is no follow-up plan, the problems can return. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Now let us go back to Gumi again. His objections are not only about negotiation. He also says that at the end of the day, these operations must be fair, must protect innocent people, and must include a path for peace. He believes that peace cannot come by force alone. Some people agree with him, some strongly disagree. But what is clear is that his voice still influences public discussion. As this story spreads across the country, people are asking many questions. Will these raids finally end the bandit issue? Will the government be transparent about the progress? Will community leaders be included in the next steps? Will Gumi reveal more details if he truly wants peace? These questions show that the public is engaged and they want real results. Please like this video and subscribe as you continue watching. Now let us talk about the political angle. Whether we like it or not, strong security action always affects political perception. If the raids succeed, the government gains strength and support. If there are mistakes or high civilian casualties, critics will use it against the government. So this moment is also politically sensitive. Many political observers believe that this full-scale raid shows that the government wants to prove it is serious about protecting citizens. They want to demonstrate strength and commitment. They want Nigerians to feel that the government is not sleeping on duty. But on the other hand, the government must also manage public trust. People in affected states have been promised peace many times before. This time, they want real results. Please like this video and subscribe as we keep going. Now let us step into the emotional side of this issue. When you talk to people who have lived under bandit attacks, their stories are painful. Families separated, farms destroyed, children unable to go to school, businesses stranded. Many of them just want stability. They just want to sleep in peace again. They want to go to their farms without fear. They want to travel to nearby towns without praying for safety. So when they hear about these raids, they feel hopeful. They believe something may finally change. That is why many people are supporting the government's strong action, but they still want assurance that their loved ones will not be caught in danger. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe as we continue. Another thing people are talking about is accountability. If these raids are happening on such large scale, the public wants updates. They want the government to tell them the truth. What was destroyed? What was recovered? Were any civilians harmed? How long will the operations last? What comes next? Transparency helps build trust. Now let us move again to Gumi's side. Some people say he should be part of the peace process. Others say he should step aside.
Some say he knows too much about these hideouts. Others believe he is misunderstood. But whatever the case, his voice is part of the national conversation now. And any major security step will always bring out different opinions. Please like this video and subscribe. Now, let me take the gist deeper. When you look at the long history of insecurity in Nigeria, you will notice something. Every time there is a major operation, there is always a debate about whether force or dialogue works better. Some people say you must use power to stop armed groups. Others say dialogue brings lasting peace. The truth is that many countries around the world have used both approaches depending on the situation. In this case, Nigeria is trying to prevent future attacks, and that is why the government believes a full-scale raid is necessary. If you are still here watching, please like and subscribe because we are still going deeper. Now think about this. What will happen after the raids? The government must make sure the affected states are not left empty after troops withdraw. They must create strong checkpoints, patrols, and response teams. They must help rebuild destroyed communities. They must ensure that no new hideouts form again. If not, the cycle can repeat. That is why experts often say that security action must be followed by development action. Now, we are moving into the social impact. When bandits are removed, it brings relief. Children can return to school. Farmers can go back to their land. Markets can open fully again. Transport workers can move without fear. Businesses can grow. Security affects everything: education, economy, lifestyle,
and development. So if these raids succeed, life can slowly go back to normal in many areas. Please like this video and subscribe as we move on. Now let us look at the side of the military. These operations require courage. Many of these troops are going into forests, valleys, and places where the terrain is difficult. They are leaving their families to protect the country. That is why some people say we must also appreciate the military for doing this risky work. But at the same time, the military must follow rules of engagement to protect civilians. They must act responsibly and professionally. Now, again, let me bring Gumi back into the gist. His objections come from his belief that banditry is connected to deeper issues. He believes that force cannot solve everything permanently, and he fears that if the raids are too heavy, the cycle of anger and retaliation may continue. That is why he is speaking loudly now. Some people say he should support the government fully at this moment. Others say his warnings should be listened to because he has interacted with these groups before. This disagreement is what is making the story more intense. Please like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, let us go into something important: the public reaction. Nigerians are talking on social media, in buses, in markets, in workplaces. People are discussing whether this full-scale raid will truly bring change. Some are hopeful, some are doubtful, some are confused. But everyone agrees that Nigeria needs peace now. People want a country where children can walk to school confidently, where farmers can harvest without fear,
where travelers can take long journeys without worrying about the road, where families can sleep peacefully every night. The hope is that this new operation will be a turning point. Please like the video and subscribe. Let us keep going. Now let us talk about what could happen over the next weeks. If the operations continue, you may see fewer bandit attacks, you may see more captured hideouts, you may hear more updates from the government, you may see communities returning home, you may see questions about Gumi increase, you may see debates about the best strategy, and you may see Nigeria moving toward a new security phase. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Let me also touch on the intelligence angle. These raids are not random. They are based on information gathered from various sources.
This includes local communities, surveillance technology, past operations, and internal networks. That is why the government feels confident to launch these raids at this time. If intelligence is accurate, the operations will be successful. But if intelligence is weak, the operations may not achieve full results. So intelligence is at the heart of everything happening now. Now we go into the next layer: national unity. Issues like these can either pull the country together or cause division. People from different backgrounds must support peace. They must not turn this issue into ethnic or religious arguments. Security is for everyone. Peace is for everyone. Safety is for everyone. Please like and subscribe to support the channel. Now let us move into the moral side. When armed groups attack communities, it creates trauma. It affects children mentally, it scares families, it weakens farmers, it discourages investors. So when you consider all these, you will see why the government decided to take strong action now. They want to stop the pain. But moral responsibility also means protecting innocent lives throughout the operation. The government must make sure people are safe even as they target dangerous hideouts. Please like and subscribe as we continue. We also need to talk about the economy. Insecurity affects the prices of food, the movement of goods, and the success of markets. When farmers cannot go to their farms, food becomes scarce. When transporters cannot drive freely, prices go up. When communities are displaced, productivity drops. So security directly affects the economic life of the country. If these raids succeed,
it can help stabilize food supply and restore economic confidence. Don't forget to like and subscribe.